Okay, and so we are on the record in the matter of the city of Riverview versus Anna Bowling Hubble,
Right.
25229.
Your Honor, good morning. Richard T. Serrano, P33828. Today, Your Honor, I appear on behalf of with my client for purposes of sentencing. Ma'am, would you please state your name for the record and speak up?
Anna Bowling Hubble.
All right, thank you. And so Ms. Hubble was charged with larceny, and by way of resolution between counsel, this matter was amended to disorderly conduct. And so counsel, do you have an opportunity to review the report recommendation with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor. Everything is factually accurate. The restitution amount is my client is questioning and wants to have a restitution hearing. I believe one party submitted a $120.79 invoice for restitution, and the other one said $450. My client has informed me that all properties were returned. However, one was damaged. We're not disputing that, but we would like a restitution hearing, Your Honor, in the future to determine that.
Oh, this is right. This is with the lawn ornaments, correct?
Yes, with the Easter ornaments or whatever they were, correct?
The $120 one was the only one mentioned in the court report. And I had no problem with that one.
So she's admitting to the $120.79 one, but the other matter she thinks is excessive. Also, Your Honor, we had originally asked the court to consider this matter on 771.1, and being that my client is not having any other cases pending, the probation department is recommending for that not to happen. So we asked the court to consider that. There's nothing statutorily that says even if she's had a prior criminal history, it doesn't necessarily exclude the court's consideration, but I told my client it's entirely in the court's discretion whether to accept the plea in that regard.
Right. Okay, it's either Donna Schimmel or Denise Acker present. Okay. So,
They're strangers, man, she wouldn't know who they were.
no, I understand, but they're named victims, so we noticed, them to, about today's date, so if they wanted to appear, they could.
Okay.
So, I'm showing that restitution is recommended in the amount of $95.
Yes.
So the warrant's being disputed.
I thought I saw something in the pre-sentence report that said something about $450, Your Honor. I'll look again.
That was not mentioned.
Okay.
No, I'm showing the restitution amount was only for one, and it was $95.
If that's all the court's ordering, Your Honor, we accept that. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm really confused as to what would possess somebody to stop by somebody's home that they're driving by, right? You were driving by the house?
Yeah.
What would possess somebody to stop while they're driving and put their vehicle in park, get out of the vehicle, go onto somebody's property, remove lawn ornaments
Temporary.
Don't interrupt.
that were there, put them into your vehicle and then drive away. And not just once, but a number of times you did this because there's two people that were listed as victims.
It was the same house, it was all once. They were right next door to each other.
So there's two houses then, not just one.
They were,
Don't try to minimize.
no,
Two houses.
I only drove away once.
I understand that, but you went to two people's property.
She agrees with that, Your Honor. Is that correct, ma'am?
So what possesses somebody to do that?
Temporary insanity.
No.
She was depressed, Your Honor, what she told me initially at the plea.
So you were depressed.
My son's birthday was February 3rd, and I found him dead in 2020, and I just,
And I can appreciate that that's difficult. I can certainly appreciate that that's
it's
difficult.
not an excuse.
But 2 weeks later, you're driving by somebody's home people's homes and you stop and take their lawn ornaments.
It wasn't right, I had no excuse.
She
And,
did,
but let me just state this, it doesn't appear, but for Facebook circulating it everywhere, it doesn't appear as though you would have returned the items.
I got that they would have, I didn't leave them, I didn't even take them out of my trunk.
So then why do you even take them to begin with?
It was a stupid thing to do.
And why those lawn ornaments?
I have no excuse.
Your Honor,
And something caught your eye, so why those particular lawn ornaments on those particular homes?
The roosters.
What's that?
The roosters.
The roosters, okay, do you have a rooster collection?
No, not necessarily, but I had roosters before, real roosters.
Okay, and so you thought that just you saw the roosters, you just take them?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I approach with the restitution notice that I got? Just want to make sure. It says $95 to Ms. Acker and $120.79 to Ms. Schimmel. Court officer?
Yeah, Dave, can you grab that please from Mr. Stroud? There may have been something that was requested or submitted.
Right, but I mean, all the properties were returned, one was damaged, but we'll abide by the court's order. So it should be no more than 120 and 95 on the other, if that's what's being
This is
asked.
a supplemental report that was, what's the other report?
Amended.
Put together by Riverview Police Department. Indicating the victims emailed to break down the approximate value of their property. So, okay, you took more than just one lawn.
Yeah, there were several, but
Rooster with hat and boots,
returned.
a high rooster, cement rooster, rooster planter, and a pig planter. That's from one individual. The small, and then another one's 4 small shepherd's poles, 4 lanterns, a patriotic rooster, and a patriotic car sign. And so you want this court to believe that you stole all of those items because you were depressed.
I have no excuse now.
It's not as though you were just walking by and like, oh, this looks cute, I'm gonna go grab this. You parked your vehicle and you took 15 items. 15 items.
They were right next to each other. Really close. I had no,
And so that's better.
no.
No, she's already said she has no excuse, Your Honor. She's taking full responsibility. We just want to get the restitution amount correct. So when she makes her monthly payments, that some of it will go to the victims, we hope, first. And she's able to pay $50 a month near the end of the month. She's
Okay.
working part-time,
Well, here's what the court's going to do, counsel. 771 is discretionary
right?
by the court. Your client had a prior larceny dismissed back in 2016 under 771.1. So the court is not does not find that your client is eligible for 771.1. So I'm not sure if that affects moving forward or not. If you'd like to have a communication with your client, that's fine.
She has no objection, Your Honor.
The court's going to note that after hearing from counsel, hearing from Ms. Bowling Hubble, reviewing their report, the recommendation that there is reasonable grounds to depart from scale 769.5. The court also finds that the following sentence in the best interest of justice is reasonable in proportion to the seriousness of the matter and the circumstances surrounding Ms. Bowling Hubble in light of the legislative guidelines. The court's going to note that the court does not find 12 months probation appropriate. The court's going to order 18 months probation. The court's going to also indicate that you are eligible for early discharge. I'll go over that in just a few moments. The court's going to order you not to violate any criminal law of any of government. You're not to leave the state without the consent of the court. You are to report truthfully to your probation officer as often as your probation officer may require, in person, writing, or virtually. You're notified your probation officer immediately of any change in address or employment status. You are to attend CASA meetings. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to provide you with tools for recovery from shoplifting, fraud, kleptomania, and embezzlement, while emphasizing responsibilities in recovery. The court's going to also order you to participate in the economic crime program. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to help you learn skills that will eliminate behaviors that are associated with economic crimes, hopefully preventing this matter from happening again. You're to pay restitution amount of $95. And you're not to return to either of the homes on Matthew Street or have contact with the victims either.
They are strangers to her, Your Honor. That won't be a problem.
Any questions regarding the terms?
Your Honor, could she have a payment program?
Yes, it was nice, that's the nice cost, yes. Man, you're very fortunate that your attorney worked out the plea deal that they did, because quite frankly, with the 15 items that, with the behavior that you exhibited, the prosecutor is very generous in offering an amended charge. The court's going to order a $500 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, $900 supervision oversight fee, that's $50 a month, and 18 months. Since you're eligible to early discharge, some of that money will not be due. $300 for the cost of prosecution, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, for a total of $1,925. Ma'am, you could have just gone and buy yourself your own ornaments for that price. You indicated $50 a month, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, at the end of the month.
Do you have anything to pay today, ma'am?
No.
All right, $50 per month, beginning on May 30th. And the 30th of every month thereafter. The court will note that you, as I did indicate, you're eligible for early discharge, as long as all the following have occurred. You completed at least half of your original term of probation. All probation requirements have been completed. You've had at least 3 months without any violations, and all monies have been either paid in full, or you've made a good faith effort for making full payment. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Please have a seat in probation. Somebody will be with you shortly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.